welcome to the Voice of the Coast. I am your host, Danica. Along with me, we have two guests, one of whom we have seen time and time again. And we're talking to Bayou Horseshoe Pitchers Association. We have Craig Rink, who is the president of the association, and we have the public information officer or publicity officer. Am I right?
Right.
Close enough? Yep. We have Mr. Tim Gilmore. 27 years that you have been a part of the Bayou Horseshoe Pitchers Association, but it wasn't always the Bayou Horseshoe Pitchers Association. How did that organization come about?
Well, originally it was the LA 70 Ringers. They started their club on by Scully's Dyke Inn on Highway 70, and they were playing out there, and they wanted to name their club. Well, we're on Highway 70, so they called the LA 70 Ringers.
Okay.
So it got it started in 1994, I think it is, and then at the Kemp Williams Park. But they had a closed membership, so we started our own club, the Chapel Iron Horseshoe Pitchers, and eventually we just merged and made a bigger and stronger club. So we're going strong now as the Bayou Horseshoe Pitchers Association.
And you're now in your second term as president. Are you just that popular, just that good?
No. I think it's just because of my background in the fire service and everything, and I think that's where it fell in and got me to where I'm at, you know.
Yeah. And speaking of, I mean, how did you gain this love of horseshoe pitching?
I was horseshoe pitchers way back when I used to do a lot of recreational camping over at Yogi Bear in Hammond, and we used to play every Saturday, and I loved playing it. And I moved to St. Mary Parish and got to be friends with Mr. Glenn Hidalgo. And he's like, man, come play horseshoes with us. And went out there one night and started playing, and here I am. Yeah. Still doing it.
And you said bigger and better. So there's a really big following for horseshoe pitching.
Oh, yes, there is. Our club right now, we're about 32 strong in the club right now. And we currently have a summer league and a fall league, in which we're ending the league this coming next week, okay? And we're preparing for the Horseshoe Tour.
That's right. Speaking of the Horseshoe Tour, this is a really big deal for our area. It is the Cajun Coast Classic, which is the Horseshoe Tour, and it's actually one of 5 stops. However, the reason why this is such a big deal, they've only been able to do one of those stops just because of all the, there's some natural disasters that have happened and some other reasons why they weren't able to do it. So they're coming to St. Mary Parish, Patterson, particularly at Kemper Williams Park. Like, how great of an impact is that going to be for our local area?
Well, it's going to be real good. It's we're expecting close to 100 participants. That's not including family members. Okay. We're going to have a tournament on the Friday also. Okay, which is the doubles, the Bayou doubles on the Bayou, and then. We have right now 56 people coming in for that, okay? So we're gonna have a 3-day tournament just filled with horseshoe pitchers. And we're gonna have, of the women, we're gonna probably have, I say 4 or 5 of the top women in the world gonna be here. And we're gonna have the number 2 man in the world. So we're gonna have some great competitors coming in.
Well, record scratch. Stop right there. We also have the number 1 man in the world who's actually sitting right here. I know you're quite modest, Mr. Tim.
State.
But in the state, as well as you're really high up there, even worldwide. So kind of tell us, brag on yourself a little bit.
Well, right now I'm ranked 87th nationally in the elders division. And I've been as high as 57, but I guess I'm not good as I was at one time,
but where are you locally? As far, well, statewide, where are you statewide?
I'm number 1 in the state.
That's right. There we go.
Yeah,
yes.
Yeah. So.
Okay. And you're going to be there too.
Oh
so
yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. I'm definitely competing. I love the game. You know, it's just a passion. I've been 27 years, and it's just like I just enjoy the game. I'm very competitive, and it's just a thing. You know.
And I think, St. Mary Parish, and even, as far as I'm sure just around us, the parishes, people love watching people compete. Is it open to the public? Can they come out and participate and watch it? And are there bleachers? Do I need to bring my lawn chair?
Yes, ma'am. It's if you haven't been to Kemper Williams over the Horseshoe Pits, it's a beautiful area, a lot of cypress trees, plenty of shade. if ever you want to come out, just grab your lawn chair. Like for this particular tour, there's going to be people watching all the way around the fenced-in area. We got bleachers you can sit in, but to be comfortable, grab your lawn chair and just come out and enjoy the day.
And there is a website. Give us the website really quickly.
www.lshpa.com.
Awesome. One more time.
www.lshpa.com.
Awesome. You guys stick with us. We have another segment to go right here on The Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. Let's get right back into it. Mr. Tim Gilmore, who's the Publicity Director, and Craig Rink, who's the President of Bayou Horseshoe Pitching Association. October is always a really good month. The weather's really nice, but it's packed full of events. But part of that is October 18th through the 20th will be the Cajun Coast Classic, and we'll have lots of folks here in town. We talked a little bit about, well, off camera, about the pit, as they call it, right? The facility. You're number one. You're high up there, but what about our pit? I mean, are we doing pretty good as far as the aesthetics of it?
We're great. I've been to many horseshoe pits around Texas, Missouri, all over, but we're ranked at the top. Right now, we have 22 pits that are nationally sanctioned, okay? And we're going to accommodate, right now we're looking at, if we get more than 88 people, we will have to start early in the morning to be able to compete, to finish this tournament. So, but yeah, our pits are ranked nationally. We have some of the finest pits. 2 years ago, we had a flood come through there, and everybody chipped in and just got on brooms, and Mr. Bobby White from the Horseshoe Tour said he's never seen anything like it. Yeah. He said these people just chipped in and just got this thing going so we could play horseshoes.
I want to say this. I mean, Louisiana, we never really ranked number one with anything. So it's good to hear those stats about Louisiana. Also, the food. Now, we're going to have lots and lots of folks coming, you know, but I'm sure you've had some really good sponsors. Yes,
ma'am. The community has really stepped up and went above and beyond and supported this organization and the tour, where, you know, the money that was donated is money that's going to be used on a Saturday to provide free lunch to all the participants that are playing. You know, that consists of jambalaya, red beans, fried catfish, fried shrimp, fried alligator, the world's famous boudin.
Come on.
Everybody loves the boudin. So, you know, if you go home hungry that day, you got a problem.
Yeah. And honestly, I think they should just travel just for the food. They should just come down and just participate, even if they don't even play. If they play like me, just come on and just sign up anyway. Speaking of signing up, can you just sign up? Can you still sign up? Is there still time?
Yes. The deadline to sign up for the tour is October the 9th. Okay, and at that time, it's going to be closed. So they have to get their paperwork ready to go for the tournament. But the Friday tournament deadline is the 11th. So you have to be a sanctioned pitcher to play in this tournament also. So, but we have players coming as far as Massachusetts, Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Colorado, Iowa, Missouri. I mean, right now we got 13 states, and we expect as many as 17, 18 states.
I'm loving this. You know, we're calling this the Cajun Coast Classic. I hope this gets as big as like the Zurich Classic, right? Like I mean, we can hope, right? We got a number one player here. We have, I don't know where you are, Craig, but you know, a good player.
I'm not in the number one category. I can tell you that.
But he is on the number one team in the league right now.
Okay. Well, you're a good support, aren't you? That's good. Good. Yeah. I know you said there's bleachers. Should I bring my lawn chair?
Yeah, there's bleachers, but if you want to be comfortable and spend the day, bring you some good, comfortable lawn chairs, plenty of shade, plenty of friendship throughout the pits.
Now, when I go to, you know, I'm a really good cheerleader. So when my girls were playing sports, I was out there, and I'm probably the loudest person. Is this a golf type of thing, or can you really cheer? I don't know. You tell me.
I'm just going to say, playing on the pitch with Mr. Tim, when Mr. Tim is pitching, he's very competitive. he doesn't like to talk much.
Okay.
So that may be an issue.
Okay, so just be quiet and do the little golf clap. That's
good.
about right. Look, that's about right. All right, one more time. Give us that website for folks who want to know more about what's going on during that day, during the weekend.
Well, our website is www.lshpa.com, but the Horseshoe Tour is thehorseshoetour.com.
Okay.
Okay, and that's the big website.
And that's pretty easy.
Yes.
So where are you guys on the stop? Are you're
We're the last stop of the year.
okay.
And one thing about it, the tour, they have points for traveling and big games. Okay, this year the tour has been upgraded to a triple point.
All right. Well, come on back. We've got more right here on the Voice of the Coast. Welcome back to the Voice of the Coast. We have joining us Carrie Stansbury, who's the Executive Director with Cajun Coast Visitors and Convention Bureau. Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Yes, and we're talking about the Cajun Coast Classic, of course, is in the name of the Bureau. How did you guys get involved as the host sponsor for this event?
Years ago, I was just Googling, and I knew I had worked with the Horseshoe Pitching Association, and I knew that they had a great facility here. And so I just reached out and asked them if there were any tournaments that they'd be interested in hosting here in St. Mary Parish. And they responded, and they visited, and they loved it. And of course, the Bayou Horseshoe Pitching Association is very, very generous and has a lot of great hospitality.
Right, and they've gone through kind of a renovation since you came aboard, and it went from I don't know, just a few pits to now it's state of the art, or it's very, very clean.
Right, and you know, these guys work hard. I mean, not only is it their hobby and their passion, but you know, they love it and they protect it, and they, you know, if there's grass, they cut it. They don't wait for the parish. You know, they do what they can to fix it up and enhance the park.
Awesome. Now, where are your proceeds going? Because we're expecting a lot of people to come in, and you know, just the impact of it. Where the proceeds going?
On the Friday's tournament, all entry fees and the extended prize money, which we gain extra prize money by doing pit sponsors. And the pit sponsors is people from the community, businesses that stepped up and said, hey, we're going to sponsor a pit. $50 a pit sponsor. All that money goes back into the prize money. So there's no money kept on the table. Everything is to the prize money. 100% prize money. Saturday's tournament, again, the only thing that's there is your entry fees. That goes straight to the tour. Saturday's food is donated. Sunday's food we sell for a minimum $3 a hamburger. Where are you going to buy a hamburger for $3? Nowhere. So that money goes to the club for expenses that we endure during the year, backboards, paint, stuff like that. Awesome. So that's where the money goes.
Now, the impact that it's going to have on our tourism, what is that? I mean, we're talking about 100 people, but that's just the participants.
Right, that's the participants. And then most of them will show up probably Thursday. And then they'll spend, you know, usually they'll leave Monday morning. Now, because of their generosity, you know, they don't, some of them still go out. Like, they'll eat lunch there, and then they'll go out that night. And then when they leave there, they may go to the casino. They do love to play their cards. So Clarion has donated a room for them to sort of get together after hours and enjoy themselves. But yeah, you know, we're expecting 100 people. This will be the first, knock on wood, hopefully complete tour that they've had. And it's also in October, so it's Breast Cancer Awareness Month. Okay. So if you have a pink shirt and you want to come out and support them, a lot of the women and men will be in pink T-shirts as well.
Now, you know, we're talking about tourism. We kind of got to talk about, you know, the unfortunate storm that came through and affected some of those individuals, you know, the states where they're coming from. So we have Tennessee was affected. South Carolina. Are we going to have? Is that going to be an issue? I don't know. Have you talked to any of the
We
participants?
haven't heard any issues yet of people backing out because of storm related or anything, but these people have been planning. Unless they're really devastated, I think they're coming.
Right.
Yeah.
I did talk to Ron, and he said, you know, he's okay. Cell service this body. He's tried calling everyone on the tour that he knows, and he said everybody seems to be doing okay.
It's kind of a reprieve, a little bit of a vacation, right? For folks
Absolutely.
when they come down to Louisiana, especially, again, just for the food. And you said some folks are coming in, they're going to play golf. They're just
Yes,
coming to
we
make
have,
a
we have individuals that are already booked to play golf on the Thursday, yes. So that means they're coming in Friday to play golf on Thursday morning.
Okay. Oh, and I got to ask you this. Horseshoe, obviously, it's like you guys are going strong. But what about corn? Are you losing folks to cornhole and pickleball? These are some of those sports that are kind of really making.
We haven't lost
push.
anyone to cornhole, but we have members that play cornhole and horseshoes.
Okay. All right,
So when we try to coordinate a work detail or whatever, it was like, oh man, that's our cornhole night.
Oh, okay.
So, you know, but we do have them that play both.
Awesome. Well, we've got one more segment. Y'all come on back right here on The Voice of the Coast with yours truly. Welcome back. This is our last segment of The Voice of the Coast, and we have Carrie Stansbury, who is the Executive Director with Cajun Coast Visitors and Convention Bureau, and we have Craig Rink, who is the President of Bayou Horseshoe Pitchers Association. Coming up, Cajun Coast Classic. It is the horseshoe competition, one of the last stops of one of 5 stops, and we're expecting a good number of people to come out, and they're not just staying in the hotels, they're staying at our campground, right?
Yes. It's convenient for them to stay at Camp Williams Park. They have hookups over there, and they can just wake up in the morning with their coffee and walk all over there and practice and then get ready for the game.
Yeah. I would imagine, we were just kind of talking that it sounds like it's really challenging. It is a challenge, and I'm a righty, right? So I'm gonna have a real strong right arm, all that pitching. Does it keep you in shape? Are you in shape after, doing all
It's
that
a lot
pitching?
of exercise.
Yeah.
You do a lot of walking on the nightly tournaments that we do, but you definitely, the next morning, if you haven't done it and you don't do it pretty regular, you will wake up sore. Absolutely.
So if I have an interest for it, do you have an open membership? Can
Yes,
I join?
ma'am, we do. We have an open membership for anybody that wants to come and join. We have 5 parishes that are in our organization: Terrebonne, Jefferson, St. Mary, Lafourche, and Assumption.
So
You know,
there's
we
quite a
got
lot of
members.
traveling that's
Yes,
involved with
ma'am.
this too.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, awesome. Saturday is the pink game. You mentioned about
Yes.
wearing the pink shirt.
Yes. Most everybody there will have a pink T-shirt on, and women are involved in this as well. Some of the best, I don't know if Tim will mention this, but
Yes,
some of
number
those
ones.
best nationally ranked horseshoe pitchers will be here, and they're, some of the females, they just they love it because of the hospitality of the community.
Right.
And there's not big drives, you're driving, if you're staying in Market City to Patterson, it's not that far.
Yeah. And a really nice pits out there as well.
Yes.
Tell me a little bit about the high-low doubles. I'm not too familiar, but kind of explain it to me.
The Friday tournament is what we call the Cajun high-low doubles, Bayou doubles. You're gonna have, say, 60-something players. You're gonna take the high player, put them with a low player. Then you're gonna go to the next high, low, high, low. So it keeps the competition pretty much equal.
And when they win this, or whoever wins, where do you go from here? Is it just bragging rights? This is the end, or do you continue to compete?
Strictly bragging rights.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is
And
there
on our Friday tournament, we have a very unique trophy that's given to the first place
That's what I asked
winners. Everybody knows us, alligators. So we have a handmade alligator trophy with a horseshoe on it. So that's what everybody's like, I want one of those.
Right.
You know?
And is it an individual or is it teams that win?
You play as a team. You
Okay.
play as a doubles. That's what doubles is. You're playing that with 2 partners.
The thing about this is all in secret. You don't know which team you're going to be on until the day of,
Till
correct?
the day of, exactly.
Oh, wow.
Yep.
And some of those names, I saw the alligators, the oilers, the swampers.
Crawfishers.
So everything, obviously, Louisiana.
Yes, ma'am.
Have you ever been to a game before?
I mean, I go every year as a welcome, and I've watched it. I've not watched the entire game, so I've never missed a competition over there. But you know, I always say, like, you know, I had no idea how heavy the horseshoes were, you know, and how challenging it is to throw, because it's one of those sports. Oh, that looks easy, and then you try it, and you're like, oh, I got to bite my words on that. I apologize, you know.
I would also tell people, watch out, because I don't know where this arm is going to throw it. Like, you have to, I'm sure there's some skill that has something to do with it.
Yes.
Well, thank you both. You have the email, not email, the website where folks can go for more information.
Yeah, it's the horseshoetour.com, and it's the LSHAPA www.com. Yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much. And for us, you can find us on Facebook. We are KWBJ TV 22. Make sure to subscribe to us, and we shall see you guys next time. Thank you.